Welcome back to the deep dive. So we've got a really interesting technical puzzle today, jumping straight into the source material you provided on the NTI VOPEX-4V-H.
Mm-hmm.
And based on these data sheets, this thing is way more sophisticated than the name VGA video splitter makes it sound.
That's exactly right. We're looking at a foundational piece of AV gear here. It's listed at $255.
Okay.
Our mission today is to, quickly pull out what it actually does, the standards it meets, and some, frankly, surprising features that make it a workhorse for places like trade shows or digital signage.
Yeah, and that's the first thing that's a little weird, isn't it? It's called a VGA splitter, but everything in the specs screams digital DVI.
It does.
That really tells you something about the era it came from. Okay, so let's unpack this thing. What problem is it actually solving?
Well, at its core, it's about powerful simplicity. It takes one video source, and it lets you drive multiple screens. You can even cascade them together to run up to 16 displays.
16. And the guarantee is no loss of signal, which is the key phrase.
That's the whole ballgame. Perfect replication on every single screen.
And looking at the ports, they're female DVI for both input and outputs, which is interesting. DVI, I can handle both analog and digital. Why go with that hybrid connector instead of just pure DVI-D?
That choice is all about versatility. Using DVI just maximizes what you can plug into it. It's built to be, platform agnostic.
So it doesn't care if it's Windows, Linux, a Mac.
Exactly. Old PC, new server, whatever. That DVI port is like a universal handshake, making sure the source can talk to the splitter.
So it's flexible on the input, but what about the output quality? The specs here say HDTV resolutions up to 1080p and computer resolutions up to 1920 by 1200 at 60 Hertz.
Right. And that's a what? But for any professional setups, the most critical part is the rules it follows, the compliance standards. Absolutely. I mean, the success of any display system comes down to standards. This device follows DVI 1.0, but the really important one for commercial use is that it's HDCP compliant.
High bandwidth digital content protection. Okay, so if that compliance fails, what actually happens to the user?
Blank screens.
Just nothing.
Nothing. You need HDCP for protected content, like from a Blu-ray player or a streaming box. Without that digital handshake, the content just refuses to display. It's a hard stop.
Wow.
And beyond that, it also supports the DDC2B protocol and has ED learning.
Okay, ED, that's essentially the device asking each monitor, hey, what are you...
Got it. It automatically talks to every screen, finds out its maximum resolution, its refresh rate, and tells the source to send a signal that the screen can actually handle. It prevents all those no-signal errors.
So it's constantly communicating, okay, we've got the video sorted, but there's a twist here in the specs. It says that even though it's a DVI device, it's actually forward compatible with HDMI.
Yeah, which is a great hidden feature. You need their specific DVI HDXXMM cable, but it uses that DVI port to pass the entire HDMI signal, video, and audio.
Ah, so speaking of audio, this is where it gets really surprising.
It really does. The optional stereo audio you can get with the 4 and 8 port units has specs that are, well, way above what you'd expect. We're talking CD quality output,
Okay.
a frequency response of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, plus or minus 1 dB, and a total harmonic distortion THD of just 0.012%.
Just 0.012, that's incredibly low. That's not just for beeps and boops, that's high-fidelity audio.
It suggests this isn't just a video splitter. It's capable of running, say, a high-end museum exhibit or a premium retail display where the sound quality really matters.
So when you put it all together, the NTI VOPEX-4V-H is this robust, super compliant workhorse. It takes a BVI signal, copies it perfectly, and has these surprising abilities to handle HDMI and audiophile level sound.
Precisely. It's professional-grade video with this exceptional audio option on top.
But, considering all that power and precision, it raises a question, doesn't it?
For anyone setting up these complex AV systems, you have to wonder, how often do those simple governing standards, like DDC2B and HDCP things that are just a digital handshake, how often do they actually determine the success or failure of your entire network, regardless of how good that 0.012% audio chip is?
Ah.
It really makes you think about the power of the protocol next time your picture just disappears.